purpose coach, and today I want to talk about growth. All right, growth is one of our basic needs as a human being. We have other needs as love, safety, acceptance, contribution, and many more. So the reason I want to talk about growth actually is because we have this tendency to self-sabotage. What that means is we are constantly going against our growth, right? There's a part of us which wants to keep growing. There's a part of us which wants to keep building, keep becoming a better person. But then there's this other part of us which does not want to let go of what it has already created. Because for growth to happen, all right, you have to move from one place to the other place. Just imagine like climbing up stairs, right? To get to the step number 10, you have to go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, if you get weirdly obsessed with step number 4, right, and try to settle at step number 4, you're obviously not going to reach 10 because you're like, but step number 4 is so good and comfortable and I want to stay here, right? The same thing happens in our life. We crave growth. All right, but then there's this part of us which has created our reality right now, which we have got obsessed with. We obsess over our houses, our relationships, our connections, our positions, right? And at a moment, it gets very comfortable, okay? Where your basic needs are met. That's of safety, that's of maybe even love, right? A part of you is already satisfied. And because of that, there is this feeling of why do I need to do more? The situation I'm in is already so comfortable, so why even try, right? But then there's this other part of you which is craving growth, all right, and which is so uncomfortable with this situation. But the part of you which is comfortable overrides the part of you that's not. I hope this is making sense. So coming back to the need of growth, right? Like I mentioned before, it is one of our basic needs. Without growth, we really feel very unsatisfied with our life. We feel like there's something missing. We get irritated with small things. We also get angry. But I want you to realize that many times it's just us stopping ourselves from going to our next level or bringing growth into our life, all right? And that part is the part of you which is comfortable with your present. Now, how does growth happen? When do you realize that you need to shift into your next level? When do you know that it's time for growth? Well, first of all, it's when you get really comfortable with your present. All right, I'm not telling you to like make yourself unhappy. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying when things get very comfortable, right? When you're doing the same thing again and again, when that spark is dying inside you, that's when you know you're ready for your next step. You're ready to bring in something extra into your life. Now, how do you bring that something extra into your life? All right, how does this happen? Listen up, all right? This might get a little intense. A part of you needs to die, all right, for the next level to come in. And that part is usually the comfort zone, a limiting belief, a fear, all right? And that part in you needs to die so that you can move on to the next part, okay? So now how do you figure this out? What's going on? So the simplest way to do this is to ask yourself, why don't you want growth? Why are you not stepping up? Why are you not taking the next step? What is stopping you? All right? And then go deep. So the answer to that question will get to the fear that is stopping you, or a limiting pattern which says that if I get in, let's talk about money, right? If I get in more money into my life, then I might become this selfish person that I associate rich people to. You see, that's not true, but it's a belief that you're riding with. So your job is to get to that point, to get to that belief, get to that thought in your mind that is limiting you, and then change that thought. Very often, changing the thought would be just replacing it with a new thought and making yourself realize that no, this is not how I want to live my life. This thought is not serving me in any way. Okay, and given the time that we are in right now, right, we've given so much time to self-reflect, to talk to ourselves, to realize what's stopping us, to understand what our next level could be, to understand what growth is for us and what in us is stopping that. So that's how you move into your next level. That's how you identify what's stopping growth for you. It's never an external factor, it's always within you. All right. Every time you want to level up, it's not about changing your environment. Yes, that plays a small role, but it's mainly about changing your internal dialogue and your assumptions, your fears, your limiting beliefs, all of that. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, do ask me. You could put it down in the comments and I'll love to answer them. And I'll see you next time. Bye.